Today we're taking a look at Rotom Illustration Rare. Here you can see the roller lines. And this is probably one of the clearest examples I've ever seen. They continue all the way to the top and start to slightly fade as we move towards the center. You can't really see any roller lines on this side of the card. I'm also not seeing any scratches, printing specks, or dirt. Now as we move back over to the left side of the card, you're going to see severe damage to the penny sleeve, not the card. But you do see those roller lines appear again. And you could clearly see that this side of the card was heavily affected by the roller. That's pretty much it for the back surface. Now let's take a look at the corners and edges. That corner should be a little bit rounder. Here's an example of one that looks similar and got a subgrade of 8.5. And then here is what a 10 would look like. This corner actually doesn't look so bad up close. You can see the uneven cut and the paint chipping that was visible without magnification. That will definitely hurt the edge score. But on the bright side, the bottom looks really clean. I don't see any chips or edge lifts. Oh, and this one also isn't that bad. You have a very small micro tear, uneven cut, and that lifted edge is barely visible. It must have been the light hitting it from a bad angle. Now this edge looks good. However, if you look towards the center portrait, you can see all those roller lines we discovered under the black light. The rest of this edge looked really good, so let's take a look at the final corner. Now the corner itself actually doesn't look too bad. Aside from that slight point, all you can really see are the roller lines. Not bad. Here I found some very slight edge wear. Most of it isn't too bad, but there are some spots that will likely bring the subgrade down by at least 0.5. Alright, let's flip it around. The front is starting off really good. The corner looked okay. I don't see any exposed fibers, but as I scroll down, I did start to notice some inconsistencies in the paint. However, this defect isn't visible without magnification, but I still noticed it and I thought it'd be pretty cool to show. The rest of this edge looked pretty much the same. Not perfect, but solid. And as you'd expect, these corners are going to suffer from the same slight edge point. No! Under this magnification, you can see a little bit of unevenness, but it passes the eye test. Nice. Now you can see some exposed fibers, but those are just being amplified for the time being. I think the bigger story here is the uneven cut. What? And on modern cards, graders want them perfectly round. Alright, the rest of this edge looked pretty consistent with the rest of the card. Now let's take a look with the black light. Now I was expecting to instantly see roller lines and maybe some other surface damage, but it turns out the front of this card actually isn't so bad. I thought I may have seen some printing specks here, but it was just a UV light hitting the hollow. Everything else seems to be checking out nicely. No micro scratches or residue. Oh, right here I spotted some roller lines. And they seem to go across the entire card. So considering everything we've seen with the edges and the surface, I think this card would probably get a PSA 9.